कॉलेज में तो इट्स लाइक द सन बाउंसेस ऑफ यू. क्या 4 घंटा तेरे को गार्डन में बैठ के बात करें, नो प्रॉब्लम.
How do you find time to invest in your friendships abhi is stage of your career?
Oh, it's actually very easy. Just don't have kids. One thing that you children get wrong and that adults have nailed is the concept of weekend day drinking. You guys have literally like held my hair while I puked. Who would know me better? I love you guys.
एक सेकंड रुकना प्लीज. हाँ नीरज.
यार अंतिल भाई एक बात बताओ, हम रोहन को उसके बिजी स्केड्यूल से टाइम आउट तो दे रहे हैं, बट ये टाइम आउट एंजॉय करने के लिए उसके घर पे सर्विस क्या देगा?
यार फेस्टिव सीजन चल रहा है तो उसके घर पे फुल होम क्लीनिंग करवा देते.
अच्छा तो मुंबई की फ्लाइट की टिकट होगी या फिर मेरे शहर से चलोगे?
तेरा कौन सा स्टाइल है?
अरे यार आसपास में कैमरा आपके,
हाँ
बुलाओ उसे और फिर उस पे हाथ रख दो.
वाह व्हाट अ ट्रांजिशन.
फाइनली हम लोग पहुंच चुके हैं मुंबई. अब बारी है रोहन जोशी को पिक करने जाने की. चलें?
रेडी हो गए? ठीक लग रहा है ना?
बढ़िया लग रहा है. मैं तो टैक्सी जैसा भी लग रहा हूँ.
काली पीली.
तो फाइनली हम लोग पहुंच चुके हैं रोहन जोशी के घर के बाहर. अभी रोहन को पिक करेंगे और उसके बाद फिर जाएंगे घूमी घूमी.
देख रहे हो पिक एंड ड्रॉप फैसिलिटी.
How are you?
What is up? How's it going, man?
वेलकम टू टाइम आउट.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here.
थैंक्स टू अर्बन कंपनी हम आपके बिजी स्केच से आपको टाइम आउट दे पा रहे हैं. कैसी फीलिंग आ रही है?
बहुत बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, बहुत मजा आ रहा है. Usually daytime gaiety in Mumbai is not the best advice that I would give somebody.
I am also regretting it now.
Yeah, I'm just saying I wish you luck. Lekin I'm actually looking forward to this. I think we're going to eat a lot of yummy things, which is always good. And we're going to chat about stuff. And guess you guys are going to get a sense of what my life used to be like growing up around here.
कॉलेज लाइफ के अंदर मतलब कोई कहीं पे भी पढ़ाई करे सब टाइम वेस्ट करते हैं ना.
I think ये जो time waste है actually it's a very important aspect of college education. ठीक है?
You learn
क्योंकि
time
जैसे-
management.
हाँ, you learn time management and also you learn के मतलब यार time waste करने का भी एक तरीका होता है where you learn certain things about yourself. ठीक है? Time, you call it time waste, I call it battery recharge.
ओह
ठीक है?
Makes sense. All thanks to Urban Company. आज हम आपको वो बैटरी रिचार्ज देंगे.
Oh yeah, very subtle brand plug.
दाढ़ी भी अर्बन कंपनी से बनवा के.
Oh, urban company, urban company, urban.
You see.
Company. Urban company. Urban company.
पैसा वसूल
पैसा वसूल पैसा अभी इधर ही उतारना है.
Next time when someone-
ये लोग
Next
मुझे इधर ही उतारने वाले.
Next time when someone asks me कि what's on the face branding, I'll be like this. So Rohan, आपका कॉलेज लाइफ कैसा था? How was it like?
It was delightful. I hate doing that thing where I call it the best years of our life. I have a pretty great life after also. But it was delightful. I feel like that's the first time you get a chance to look up and look around a little bit.
Exactly.
Thodi, right? Like it's also that you're finding out what's my personal style, what's my musical style, who are the people I like enjoying, like hanging out with when you know it's not just roll number or iske saath bitha hai. I don't know how to explain it, but you sort of form a pack and then you just loiter. Right? Like there's a way you loiter in college that even if you're a freelancer, even if you're whatever you don't do as an adult, college में तो it's like the sun bounces off you. Right? It's like क्या 4 घंटा तेरे को गार्डन में बैठ के बात करें, no problem. दुनिया का सबसे सच्चा प्यार वीज़ारा नहीं है, रोमियो जूलियट नहीं है. वो जो 17 साल के बच्चे दोपहर के 2 बजे मरीन ड्राइव पे बैठे धूप में एक दूसरे का, वो सच्चा प्यार होता है. ठीक है? At 40 I know कि तो even if it's somebody I'm deeply in love with and who loves me back, if तू मेरे को बोलेगा चल जाके मरीन ड्राइव पे बैठते धूप में, मैं बोलूँगा भाई डिवोर्स लेते. एटलीस्ट कोर्ट में एसी होता है. ठीक है?
आज के टाइम पे हाउ डज योर डे लुक लाइक? टिपिकल डे कैसा होता है?
My typical day actually is very chill and very structured by choice. मेरा anxiety बहुत है. तो overall realization कि I need a certain amount of structure and relaxation in life. ठीक है? मैं actually एक naturally ambitious आदमी नहीं हूँ. क्योंकि in fact I find that like all the elements जो rat race में होते हैं, they're very bad for things like my anxiety and my depression and stuff like that. So my day is basically I wake up, I do a little writing in the morning, then I go to the gym, then I do a bunch of calls, etc. And then in the evenings, either play video games, watch something, just go do a quick hangout with some friends who stay close by, early dinner, and bed by midnight. and I love it.
This sounds like dream day है मेरा.
Dream
मैं
day,
यही करना
but
चाहता हूँ.
यही
I'm looking
देखो
forward
मेरे
to it
कोई
now.
ambitions नहीं है, ठीक है, of like being number one in this. At some point I sat down and had an honest conversation with myself. But you can kill yourself trying to be the best or the funniest or this thing or whatever, and it's possible that you might not be also. देखो एक बहुत अच्छा fortune अपने life में है कि मतलब early stages से I've seen everybody from a Veer Das to Tanmay Bhatt to a Zakir Khan to a this thing. तो ऐसा खुद का ego नहीं है. I've seen the best of the best, and I see sometimes how hard they have to work and push themselves to be at that position, and that takes a certain kind of mindset and sort of fiber and steel, and I'm honest enough to say that I don't have that. I'm very much like I like my naps and my this thing, and I'm happy to be like at a middle level of success as long as the trade-off is that I get to do my other happy things.
While it sounds superb and amazing कि you do not compare yourself with other people, but हम लोग की आदत होती है. जैसे ऑफिस के अंदर भी अगर काम कर रहे हैं ना, किसको कितना अप्रेजल मिला है, कौन से डेजिग्नेशन पे पहुंच गया, सब कंपेयर करते हैं.
जी हाँ.
हाउ डिफिकल्ट वाज इट फॉर यू टू गेट इनटू दिस जोन कि कंपेयर नहीं?
Very difficult, and even that it's not like कि बस हो गया. It's a daily learning and unlearning यार, क्योंकि मतलब बचपन से ये rat race mentality है ना अपने. From age 7 or 8, your marks not just dictated what your possible future would be, but also how people are perceiving your family. And you know, it becomes then about, oh, as a mother, you're a bad mother that doesn't teach your kid to study, etc. All of that. So it's not just going to go away. In fact, even today, I have to wake up, look in the mirror, remind myself that, hey, it's not about the rat race. And you have to keep reminding yourself. ऐसे एक झटके में नहीं जाता. Jai Hind is a couple of lanes over.
Okay.
So it's just, but you can go down this lane. If this lane is not a one way. I'm not one of those people that believes that भाई end of life में सब enjoy करेंगे. I don't want to only enjoy my money when I'm 65 and my hip is broken and my this thing, right? I want to hike or go on this thing and see a mountain. I can only do that at this age. I heard somebody once put it very beautifully, saying that instead of treating your retirement as 10 years at the end of your life, what if you just took 2 months for every year that you work? Then that's actually a way better way, I think, to live your life than being like, I'll figure it out at 80 what to do with my money. What are you going to do?
Exactly. I mean, what if, first of all, you don't live by
Exactly,
till 80?
right? What if I'm just like collecting the money and then I'm going to feel like an idiot? I'm going to come back and haunt you.
Yeah. I'll be super pissed कि मेरा पैसा कोई और enjoy कर रहा है.
Exactly. You can go straight and left and then one more left to get into the Jai Hind. This is the back entrance of Jai Hind, basically. This.
Oh, okay.
This is the back gate. So they are spectacularly named A Road, B Road, C Road, D Road.
Wow.
काफी मेहनत लगी है नाम रखने में.
जी हाँ. A Road, B Road, C Road, D Road, sir.
Generally, people say उनको उनका कॉलेज बेस्ट लगता है. Do you feel that way?
Oh yeah, Jai Hind was an amazing place.
क्यों
Like
है best?
incredible. क्यों है best? Because I'll tell you what. One of the things, right? As you know, कभी-कभी इस देश में मतलब बहुत ऐसा moral policing होता है, right? You read stories of like colleges where even boys and girls are not allowed to sit together, etc. Whatever. Jai Hind was just where the key message was be yourself. They were like, whoever you are, however you are, as long as you're not disturbing anybody else or being a nuisance to anybody else, we welcome you and love you for sort of who you are. And it was a great experience to grow up. There was advertising and journalism as the two streams. Only 5 students took journalism. Okay. All right, and 45 students took advertising. They still accommodated us and got us a faculty for 5 people. I remember the class was so small. There were some classes where the professor would walk in and be like, "अच्छा हम 4 ही जन हैं, मैंने खाना नहीं खाया." We would go down to Stadium Restaurant, have bun maska and do the whole lecture, the 2-hour lecture over bun maska.
जितने भी लोगों के साथ हैंग आउट करके वो स्ट्रॉन्ग दोस्ती हुई थी, क्या वो आज तक चल रही है?
हाँ, जरूर ही आज तक चल रही है. I would say 3 or 4 of like my closest friends who I hang out with week on week are still the people that I met at Jai Hind.
How do you find time to invest in your friendships abhi इस stage of your career?
Oh, it's actually very easy. Just don't have kids.
Too late.
Just don't have children. It's amazing the amount of free time and money you get when you're not spending it on a thing that poops a lot. Like no offense to the children, and you know you are the future, just not my future. Just sorry. I mean, have children overall for the good of the human race. But I would say 1 in 3 of you need to have kids. The other 2 can just relax. Yeah, so
1 in 3.
we're good.
1 in 3.
We're good. That's fantastic. And like some of you be like him also. Like literally, no offense. Like it's not take one for the team. It's like create one for the team. But no, overall, it's just we make it a point. And genuinely, it's just we just do enjoy each other's company. To the point where we got out of college and we were just like, "Niche nahi dost." नहीं चाहिए, set है. Like, you know, you guys have literally like held my hair while I puked. Who would know me better than you?
जनरली इंस्टाग्राम पे आजकल एक नया ट्रेंड चल रहा है ना कि इफ़ यू हैव टू बी सक्सेसफुल तो तुम अकेले आगे बढ़ो लाइफ में, नो वन विल बी विद यू. बट टाइम आउट के लिए हम जितने भी सक्सेसफुल लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं, एवरी वन फाइंड्स टाइम फॉर देयर फ्रेंड्स.
You have to. It's like you, just for the simple reason that at the end of the day, you are a plant and you need to be watered by different things, all right? And one of the things that you do need to be watered by is loving socialization. Because again, it comes down to what we were talking to, is you can earn all the money in the world. But if it's just you in an ivory tower with no friend, no family, no one, it's not even going to be kid, but just nobody that you can look at and say, I fucking love having you in my life. And, you know, it's great to have this money to spend it with you and to have a great time with you. What is the point?
I don't know whether that's in general with all guys, but usually guys don't communicate this, whatever I have seen mostly. So
Yeah.
have you ever been in a scenario where you were able to communicate this without
Yes.
intoxication?
My closest guy friends, I don't know how it started, we just hit it off so well that communication barrier was never a thing. Like even today when we're talking to each other randomly, we end conversations with, yeah, love you babes, and hang up. So that it's actually beautiful.
उस टाइम के ऊपर जब कॉलेज में थे तब आइडिया ऑफ सक्सेस क्या लगता था?
अरे तब तो मतलब सेम वो बच्चों वाली ही थी ना कि भाई एक दिन मर्सिडीज चलाऊंगा, एक दिन मतलब यू नो हॉट गर्लफ्रेंड एंड दिस थिंग, लॉट्स ऑफ मनी, डिजाइनर शूज, डिजाइनर क्लोथ्स एटसेट्रा. मटेरियलिस्टिक बच्चा. देन टर्न्ड लाइक 20 years old, पुट ऑन माय फर्स्ट पेयर ऑफ फुल पैंट्स. मैं छी ये तो नहीं चाहिए. मतलब डिजाइनर हो या नहीं, मेरे को चाहिए ही नहीं. फिर एक बार गाड़ी में बैठा बॉम्बे के ट्रैफिक में, अरे नहीं चाहिए बड़ी गाड़ी, मेरे को बैठने का ही नहीं है ट्रैफिक में. एंड देन slowly those sort of metrics change, because in fact at that point your metrics of success are all coming from seeing people outside. So you know when you're occasionally going to a restaurant and then you see एक ऐसा boss एकदम सूट बूट में अपना पूरा टीम के लिए डिनर खरीद रहा है, and you're like ओहो so cool. And then you get to a point later you're like मेरे को इतना बड़ा टीम मैनेज नहीं करने का लाइफ में, मेरे को ये लोचा ही नहीं चाहिए. राइट? फिर ये तो दूर की बात है. Where absolutely right now I can go out and just, you know, happily buy my friends a meal or whatever. But those metrics of like those slightly more materialistic ones of, oh, I want a designer this, I want a designer that, that's all gone. That I think that is something that I've very happily unlearned.
If there is one life lesson जो कॉलेज वाले रोहन को you could tell, what would that life lesson be?
That lesson would actually be that nothing is permanent, and that's important in a good way and a bad way. So you know this awesome, because when you're young, no, your ego's at all time. I'm amazing. I would go to you won't always be amazing. You'll have bad days also, and those days also are not permanent.
Yeah.
Right? Because those days also will feel permanent. You'll have bad days in your life where you'll be like, this is it, I'll never climb out of this pit. But those are also not permanent. So if I could actually go back and say, one is that there's always another chance, always another door, always another window. Don't panic. You're doing okay. And B is, breathe and remember nothing is permanent. And that I don't want to do the whole, oh, one door closes, another door opens, etc. whatever. Sometimes one door closes and another door is actually not immediately apparent. And sometimes you have to take the time to build a new door and then open it. But all of it will pass. I think that's the main thing that I'd say. I'd just hold his hand and be like, भाई हो जाएगा, सब ठीक हो जाएगा.
अभी हम लव यू बोल सकते हैं.
हाँ यार, love you guys.
I think if possible we'll just enter the college, otherwise बाकी जगह खाना खाने चलते हैं.
हाँ.
I think रोहन की वजह से हमें शायद एंट्री मिल भी जाएगा.
शायद हाँ, लेकिन आज मैं मेरा आईडी कार्ड भूल गया, तो क्या पता. I think खाना खाने जाते हैं. ठीक है. See, if you want the true college experience, no, you have to come just outside college and leave.
That's true.
That's the true college experience. Right? College is a place where you congregate to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
What was college in Delhi like? You all had like, I'm guessing, sprawling campuses and shit, right?
In my case, there was like an entire knowledge park sort of a thing, okay? So there's just college.
Knowledge
that entire,
park.
Yeah, they call it
Knowledge park.
They call it, and not just
Knowledge
knowledge
park.
park. Itna land है तो knowledge park 1,
Good
knowledge
morning
park 2.
from Mumbai, where we don't have normal garden park also.
Yeah.
Knowledge park है दूर.
Yeah, so...
Knowledge park. You must be noticing that we are in a very unusual feature in Bombay. This is called a terrace.
Yeah.
Okay? And I know that you all from Delhi, you all have seen this, but for us it's very unusual to see something that has space, is at a height and is open. But the main reason we're here is because Cloud9 is one of these places that has just been there in South Bombay like for ages. Okay, I feel like मेरे पैदा होने के पहले था, मेरे मरने के बाद होगा. It's one of those places. And it's great because it had, again, very important thing that's very important for all college kids called happy hours.
Yeah.
Right? And it had a terrace, which means you could indulge in horrible vices like smoking and while standing in a corner, but also making sure that your some South Bombay friend of a friend or relative or older brother didn't walk in. So, you were sort of sitting here. I don't know if you'll catch it with this terrible AQI. In the evenings, once the sun goes down, you've literally got the Gateway of India and the harbour on that side. You've got the Taj on that side. You've got like VT, you've got the BMC building, Rajabhai Tower. You've got Marine Drive on that side. Everything lit up. It's actually a very, for want of a better word, romantic view of the city. At least at that age, in college, alright, you're 19, 20 years old. This is a great place like to sort of come on a date. Like at least back then, like 20 years ago. Like this was a great place to try and hold somebody's hand for the first time.
I feel even today, but Sham
Yeah,
ko.
Sham ko. I'll hold your hand right now if you want. But we both sweat too much. We both just sweat too much, and I feel like that's the problem.
Vibe bacha
Fresh
diya
lime
yaar.
soda. If I'm making you guys sit in the sun at 1:30 in the afternoon,
Thanks for this.
must hydrate you also. And at this age, I'll take hydration over dehydration any day.
Any day.
Yeah.
I can relate to this.
I no longer like loud places. Like, young, you want a club, you want to go to a pub. Now it's extremely important to me that wherever I'm going, whether I'm going with 3 people, 4 people or 8 people, I need to be able to hear what you're saying and you need to be able to hear what I'm saying.
Exactly.
नहीं तो मतलब, I don't want to go to a place where it's like, हाँ?
मेरा भी ट्रांजिशन हुआ है पहले क्लब्स या पार्टीज से अब हाउस पार्टीज या घर में बैठे हैं
Best.
रात को पार्टीज से नाउ आई स्टार्टेड एंजॉयिंग सनडाउनर्स
Dude,
Brunches.
day drinking is the greatest thing in the
Yes.
world. Sunday day drinking,
Yes.
can I just say, the one thing that you children get wrong and that adults have nailed is the concept of weekend day drinking. ठीक है 12 बजे शुरू करो 7 बजे खत्म करो आराम से खाना खाओ नहा लो ठीक से 10:30 बजे एसी में सो जाओ अगले दिन wake up refreshed and delighted having done all the enjoyments the previous day.
I think I understand their point as well because whenever I tried sundowners, no, उस टाइम पे ज़्यादा पार्टी हो जाता है because तुमने बहुत देर पहले से स्टार्ट कर दिया और अब तुम बहुत देर तक पार्टी करना चाहते हो.
I don't understand what you're talking about. All I'm hearing is that you party more. What's the complaint here?
No, that's what
What's
I'm
the complaint here?
The problem is you end up drinking a lot, which is a problem the next day. So yeah.
हाँ, 100%.
Because
But
पहले
you're
hangover
gonna have
नहीं
that
होता था, अब हो
problem
जाता है.
irrespective of whether you drink till 5 a.m. or whether you drink from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Right?
So, yeah, तो better to do it like for more hours.
Urban company, if you can start home bartender service. I'm just saying, all right. No other guest will come on your show and just give you a business idea for free, all right. You want the U in UC to stand for unicorn, sir. Home bartender service, number 1 responsibility. Okay.
I would go for that service any day.
100%. 100%.
हम
Right.
अप्लाई करने को भी तैयार हैं हम
Right, straight up, right? Imagine if you can just book and you know that for a certain price, somebody is going to show up in the evening and mix you the most baller drinks.
Exactly. You see even when you're sloshed and can't see.
Oh my God! Hey! Let's not give them a business plan for free, okay? Like I feel like at this point we should be getting a steak.
No marketing plans for you guys. Man.
Like क्या ठीक है उधर मतलब उनके boardroom में ठीक है मार्केटिंग किंग का सर उड़ गया अभी, ठीक है ये सुन के हाँ होम बारटेंडर हमने सोचा ही क्यों नहीं.
मुझे बस ये जानना है हाउ इज योर फर्स्ट गिग लाइक मतलब थोड़ा तो फटी होगी यार.
अरे अभी भी फटती है लेकिन तब तो मस्त फटी थी. And I still think I carry some of that nervousness and fear with me every day when I get up onto stage. Right? I don't think I take it for granted that the audience is definitely going to laugh or any of that stuff. And actually I think that that's a good kind of nervousness to take. It's like fuel. And that's something I still hold on to. And that's not changed between the first gig and now still. थोड़ी तो अभी भी फटती है.
थोड़ा तो I think
I
it's
settle
needed.
in way quicker, but in a way, I feel like the day I quit is the day I start taking the audience for granted and feeling like, oh, I'm definitely going to. I don't think that day will ever come. Because I feel like you stop, and I don't just mean as an artist or a performer, I think in any profession or anything you choose to do, you stop evolving the second you think you know everything.
Yeah.
And nobody else knows anything.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to get to that position. Luckily, I have very healthy imposter syndrome. So most days I just walk around feeling like, नहीं मेरे को अभी भी like I said अभी भी फटती है stage पे जाते वक्त.
now that you have reached this stage in life you are successful frankly speaking you guys changed the way this country creates content and consumes content उसके बाद भी if you have imposter syndrome ये कब जाता है.
I think नहीं जाता because in fact I feel like and of course it's different for different people but I actually getting to the sort of place in my life where I am right now with a certain amount of say success, stability, etc. Today I'm hearing you say this that you guys changed this, you guys changed. We didn't do any of that. We set out to make a video using our phones on our YouTube channel. That's all that the four of us were doing, really, right? The fact that all of that stuff happened is different and incidental and brilliant. And I'm sure you guys have seen this in your careers, etc. as well, right? When with things like success, yes, your natural ability, your natural talent, your hard work, all of that stuff matters. But there are also so many random dice rolls and pieces of chance, or that one shoot that could have gone this way, or that one conversation that, you know, was your viral video that would maybe was 2 minutes away from not happening. So this thing where you realize that I can think I'm the shit, but the fact is there's 100 different factors that have also gone right for this to happen. So I think one part of the imposter syndrome is just the sense that while I take a certain amount of ownership for where I've reached, there's been a certain amount of sort of luck and dice rolling and privilege involved as well. So don't get overconfident about it. Like, I don't have that overconfidence to be like, no matter what happens,
देख लूँगा.
No, you know, I'm not a cat. I'm not always going to land on my feet. It's possible that I'll land on my face at some point. So I feel like एक तो ये imposter syndrome शायद कभी नहीं जाता. But I also feel like there's a way to put your imposter syndrome to work for you. Right? Because there's one way to be like, oh, I'm a fraud, I'm not good at this wrong, मैं नहीं कर रहा. And the other way of looking at it, be like, you know what, I feel like a fraud, I feel like an imposter, that's why I have to work that much harder. That's why this joke has to be that much stronger. That's why I have to put that much time into it to just sort of shut that imposter guy up. That when I get on stage today and get that particular kind of laugh, I can talk to that guy inside and be like, देख रहा है सारी है ability तेरे.
There is one thing that happens, भले ही social media वाली life हो, भले ही regular office वाली life हो, if there are 15 people who are saying good things about you, but there is that one bad comment या one colleague in office who is saying bad things about
100%.
you. Why is it कि आपका ध्यान सिर्फ एक उस negative इंसान या comment पे जाता है and that fucks up your day?
मतलब I feel like human beings हम बने ही ऐसे. It's like saying, भाई, your t-shirt is made of so many beautiful, perfectly stitched together fibers. Why are you pulling on the one thread that's sticking out? But that's how it is, right? Because that's what your attention goes to it. Because you're like, okay, everybody who's saying, like 15 people who's saying I'm good, etc., whatever. Yeah, I know I'm good already. पहुंचे यहाँ तक, ठीक है? तो थोड़ा basic goodness तो होगा. But when that one negative person is, I think what happens is we look at it and we go, what is causing somebody to have such a strong negative reaction to me, right? Like, how am I affecting somebody's day? Like, is it a failing of mine or is it a failing of them? Right? Like, it happens to me also. Like this, even today, 15 people say I'm good, but if one Instagram comment says something stupid, like, "ये तो funny नहीं है," मैं 2 रात सोचेगा उसके बारे में. And I don't have an answer as to why, ठीक है? But I just feel like we have this tendency and ability as a race only to just focus on the wrong. And I think one good thing about that is that when you do listen to that one wrong thing, you do find places that you can improve about yourself. But again, like I said, that also comes down to, is it just pointless criticism for the sake of it, or has that negative feedback got something usable in it?
क्या AIB का comeback होगा? क्या शाहरुख खान ने गेम खेलने के लिए घर पे बुलाया था?
Everyone in the city hates South Bombay people, right? What do you feel about it?
To stay relevant, you have to do things which you don't like.
ये ना अपने पूरे शहर का ना common balcony है.